Emitters are used to add things to the world that weren't previously there. You can emit anything from projectiles to entire buildings. Find one on the Gadgets page of your tools bag, and let's get to know them. Just place it in the world with the pop-it cursor and the action button. First, your emitter needs something to emit. Open up the emitter's tweak menu using the menu button, then select Choose Object. From there, you can choose from things like projectiles and explosives on the gameplay page, objects you've created yourself on your My Objects page, and any of the objects on your Collected Objects page. You can also use the Pick Emitted Object option to emit a copy of a reference object in the world. Let's select that option now. Position the capture box over the object you want to emit using the left stick. If you need to reshape the box, use the right stick. Once you have the object selected, press the action button. Notice that you now have a faded copy of the object that you can reposition and reorient. This is where and how the object will emit. Place it however you like, and then press the action button. If you back out of the tweak menu with the back button, you can see the emitter take effect. The object appears in the world over and over again. Of course, there are plenty more tweaks for this behavior, so enter the tweak menu again. Activate the Reference in Play Mode tweak if you want player-induced changes to the reference object, such as stickers, to appear on the emitted versions. Turn it off to keep the emitted versions all the same. Use the Linear Velocity tweak to make the object launch out of the emitter at any speed you like, and the Angular Velocity tweak to give it some spin. If the emitter itself is moving and you don't want its motion to affect the object's motion, activate the Ignore Parent Velocity tweak. Use the Input Action tweak to change how the emitter reacts to logic. You can simply turn it on and off, make it emit once per signal, or make it emit faster or slower. The Frequency tweak controls how often the object emits, and the Lifetime tweak controls how long each object lasts. If you want it to last forever, you can make it infinite by making it below 0. Use the Sync tweak to change an emitter's timing relative to the rest of the timing in your level. The Max Emitted tweak controls how many times the emitter emits before it runs out. And the Max Emitted at once controls how many objects can be emitted at a time. Activate the Destroy Oldest When Max Emitted Reach tweak to replace the oldest object with the newest object once it hits its limit. The Create and Destroy effect tweaks change how the object looks when it's emitted and destroyed. A few final things. The Emit by Zone option in the Choose Object menu allows you to select an entire section of your level to emit, no matter what occupies the area at the time. And lastly, you may have noticed the Destroy All input. When the emitter receives a signal through this input, all objects it's emitted are instantly destroyed. A note is primarily used in Create mode to label and keep track of your most complicated creations. But now, you can use it to add lots of eye-popping text in your levels. Grab one from the Gadgets page of your tools bag and let's see how it works. Open the Notes tweak menu with the menu button. Let's start by using the Note tweak to write a message for your note to store. As you can see, the text pops up right away. You can show or hide the text with the Show tweak. Or you can select it with the pop-it cursor and press the Grab button. We can also change the font type and the font size as well. Select the font type tweak and cycle through the different types with the left stick until you find one you like. Next, select the text size tweak and use the left stick to change the size of the font. You can make it as small or as big as you want it to be. You can also change the text color and background color of your note. Just like other color changeable objects, select the color you want your font and background to be by selecting a color in the color palette. You can also change the brightness of the color as well, using the text brightness and background brightness options. You can also change the opacity of the background if you want your font to pop out even more or have no background at all. In the visual setting, you can set the note to have no visibility in play mode, text only, or have the note and text be visible. If the local space setting is set to no, your text will always be upright regardless of the note's orientation. If it's set to yes, the text will be aligned with the note's orientation like so. With input action, you can set what happens with a note when you place an output into its input. Using open simply brings up the text you have inputted when it receives a 100% signal, and closes when it does not. When using signal strength, you can visibly see the signal strength of any output you connect to the note. Make sure you change the number format options below to see the measurements properly. Tweaking max value changes the total value that is represented at 100% signal strength. Tweaking decimals changes how many decimals are shown in your value. Finally, you can also add a suffix to your text if you wanted to add an identifier to your signal strength value, such as weight, speed, or even the total number of cupcakes. The smoke machine is a simple tool that fills your levels with atmospheric smoke. Grab one from the Gadgets page of your tools bag, then place it onto something with the action button. And there you go! The smoke comes rolling out. The smoke has no effect on the players or the level. It's just for show. Of course, you can change how it looks. Open up the smoke machine's tweak menu with the menu button. Adjust the left-right speed and up-down speed tweaks to change which direction the smoke emits from the smoke machine. Make the smoke bigger or smaller using the smoke size tweak. You can change the color and brightness of the smoke too. Finally, you may have noticed the smoke machine's input. You can wire logic into this input to turn the smoke machine on and off. The bubble machine is used in conjunction with water to give your players somewhere to breathe. Find one on the Gadgets page of your tools bag and place one on something underwater. The bubbles come pouring out. Any player who swims past the bubble machine will have their breath timer reset. It's that simple. The only other thing to note about bubble machines is that you can use their input to turn them on and off via logic.